Three, three, two, one. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? Like always, we are over the top rope. Of course, welcome to another episode. This is episode 15, I believe. Some
16.
16, 16. This is episode 16. Jeez. Okay, this is episode 16 of the Top Rope Boys podcast. Like always, it's your boy. It's the EST of the DMV, the Chocolate City Saint, the left hand of destruction, the potter of all worlds, the Cameroonian nightmare, the Bajan bulldozer. Overall, just the motherfucking goat, man. It's your boy Stef. Sadly, Reek is out for today, but I got my man here with me. Of course, Sears, of course, as always, is still here. So, Sears, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hey, it's the Oracle. It's yours. Got it again. Let's do it.
Come on, we back. The boys back. We here. The boys are here. And yo, we had a lot go down this week in terms of wrestling. I know we say that every week, but still, we got everything coming together. We're heading into WrestlePalooza this weekend. We're heading into All Out this weekend. Speaking of which, guys, I'm not sure exactly. I haven't figured it out all the way yet, but I did find out that we are able to go live on TikTok. So might be doing that for All Out and WrestlePalooza. We'll see. So that way you guys can watch with us, get our reactions live in time. At the very least, you'll get prediction videos, and we're going to talk about our predictions for both PLEs on this podcast. So don't fret. There will definitely be WrestlePalooza and All Out content, even if we can't go live. But saying all of that, let's start with SmackDown last Friday, man, because SmackDown started off with a crazy, crazy way in Norfolk, Virginia, because as we so eloquently call him on this podcast, the man who's in all that fucking paperwork opened up the show.
He who shall not be named.
Exactly. So if you're if if you're if you know what's going on in wrestling, you know who we're talking about. Brock Lesnar, otherwise known as the man who's in all that fucking paperwork, opened up the show last Friday in Norfolk, Virginia, came out and then started looking around saying, I'm looking for John Cena, as if it wasn't publicly advertised last week that Cena's final SmackDown appearance wasn't last week. So that I have questions in terms of the logic on that. And then also the fit. Like that was the first thing that popped in my mind. I was like, Cena, you were in the building yesterday. I mean, you were in the building last week. You know that it was Cena's last SmackDown appearance. Why would he be there?
Hmm.
So that was just funny to me. That was very, very funny to me. But he was interrupted by none other than our truth, Ron Killings,
Juan
coming out,
Cena.
yeah, calling himself Ron Cena.
Cena.
Now, Sears, we talked about this a couple of times on the podcast. The evolution or de-evolution, depending on who you ask, of the R Truth Ron Killings character since coming back to the company. One of the biggest pressing things that came into my mind when I was watching this segment, because mind you, this segment and this episode aired the same day that we got the WrestleMania 43 Saudi Arabia announcement, which I'm sure we'll talk about later on.
Hmm.
But during that press conference, there was Bianca Belair was there, and of course she's still like under injury and things like that, but she's making appearances for the company because she showed up at NXT Homecoming as well this week. But they had her commenting on a couple of things, and they had her be so enthused and happy and on the mic and really just putting over the company and having WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia, even though if you can recount the last times Bianca has been in a WWE ring in Saudi Arabia, it has not been the best for her because even though she is not a heel at all, they have booed her out the building, damn near.
Hmm.
Um, any anyone. who's familiar with the area can research the politics and understand why. Um, but I say that to say to also that same night have the man who's in all that fucking paperwork come out, and then because they know that he's gonna get booed because of all the shit that's going on, to then have someone who they know good and well will never get booed anywhere. R Truth, Ron Killings, Ron Cena, whoever you want to call him. This is a very Vince McMahon ism that I'm seeing Triple H do, where he will employ the good boy, good girl, and sadly, a lot of time it will be POC talent to come out and help make a shitty situation even better. So I say all of that to say, what did you think of the segment?
I thought it was just filler, I guess. Like it, I feel like I feel like they did it because they had people missing due to the
Hmm.
press conference. Like it was just an unnecessary like build up to the pay per view this weekend. Like they didn't really need to do it. Like the I think Cena was a good was good enough. You didn't need to have Brock, who's not even that good on the mic anyway.
Not at
Like
all.
by himself, like it was a waste of time, and I think it was just a little moment that wasn't needed. And I think it's just due to the fact that they had people missing.
Yeah, because there were people for the press conference, and then also there were other people in Vegas as well for
hmm
Worlds Collide, which we'll talk about in a bit.
I
But
feel I feel like if you were going to have him on the show, if you had to have him on the show, you should have done something with Sami Zayn. You know, the guy who really just beat up, who got caught in the crosshairs,
yeah,
but would have hurt Sami Zayn as well. But either way, it felt like a waste, and it really is. It really did feel like a Vince McMahon thing to do, but it also shows it just adds more to the case of WWE doesn't really care about anything but money, and unfortunately, he's the draw.
yeah, yeah. Definitely not wrong there. You brought up Sammy earlier, and which is great because the next thing I want to talk about was definitely the fact of if Sammy's championship reign is nothing but a bunch of U.S. Open challenges, I think that that will greatly benefit SmackDown as a whole. I say that
hmm
because this week we got Sami Zayn versus Ray Phoenix, which was a match pairing I did not know that I needed.
hmm
It was absolutely beautiful, and I think that Sammy, because I I think we've talked about this before. I'm pretty sure I've said it on mic, and I'm pretty sure we've said it in private. I wasn't the hugest fan of Sammy becoming U.S. champion. I thought it was sudden, especially after the brand transfer. I thought that it was very um random, especially since Solo's reign was just starting to build momentum. He had
hmm
finally gotten his MFTs up under him and things like that. But if they're doing this, if they're having um the U.S. Open challenges be the appetizer while this ongoing feud with Solo, because he did have a segment this week, stating
hmm
that he wants his title back, be the main meal or the main course
hmm
throughout to summarize Sammy's U.S. title reign. I'm not mad at it, man, because honestly, 2 weeks back to back, or yeah, only two, because yeah, only two Open challenges have happened so far.
hmm
Nothing but bangers. Of course, Sammy is super solid in ring. Ray Phoenix is arguably even better than his brother in ring, so that lets you know the amount of talent that was in that ring, man. What do you think?
I think it's only a good thing. So like, not only does it provide a build up, like it provides a fill for Sami Zayn until you get to his next story, the part of the story with Solo. But I think it also builds up and allows TV time for stars to who eventually would be like more prominent in the division. Like without that like open challenge, we probably wouldn't have seen like Phoenix again until who knows when. Like
Yeah.
we won't like next week we come out of Hayes and watch the same thing. You probably won't see come out of Hayes get a single shot for years to come. The free. So it not only does it provide filler for Sammy and build up the US title, but it builds up other superstars and it actually continues the story. like we'll get to later, I assume, with Carmelo and The Miz.
Yeah. So funny that you because we also so funny, and this is I literally just thought about this. Apparently, over the weekend, we also found out that Andrade is no longer with the WWE. I feel like this is the perfect time to introduce him in because he would have been perfect for this U.S. Open Challenge thing that Sammy
Hmm.
got going on. So Andrade has reportedly left the WWE. Some are saying it's over wellness policy. Nothing is officially confirmed. But we got the news like Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this was Andrade's second run with the company.
Hmm.
He came back last year at the Royal Rumble, I believe, right?
2024. Yep.
Yeah. So obviously, this is insane. Well, obviously, it's sad to see whenever anyone departs the company, but especially someone with the momentum that him and Ray Phoenix were about to have as a tag team.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we've seen clips come out on the firing of they were supposed to be the ones defending against the Y6 at Clash in Paris. They were supposed to be
Hmm.
they were really building and packaging, and then apparently reports are coming out saying that he allegedly like goes to WWE for weeks, things of that nature. All the latest regarding the issue is literally just Andrade saying peace and thank you WWE in a post on Instagram and all his socials and things like that. I think that's literally the last that's come out of it. But all I gotta say is, man, Andrade, thank you, appreciate you. Um, I hope I wish you nothing but the best because I really do think you are incredibly talented as an individual. But I did want to ask Sears, what's your favorite Andrade match or favorite Andrade moment? It doesn't have to be from this run. Just yeah.
I think my favorite Andrade moment, or just like what like match, was him down in NXT with Aleister Black, like
Hmm.
right before he got the call up, I believe it was. I
Yeah.
think that was like they all. I think they clicked so well together. That at the time, Selena was his manager, so they had that going on with Aleister Black as well. It was just good storytelling. Um, and it was just a good way for like good way to end his NXT one. Honestly, like like other than that, like I remember his U.S. title one, his rivalry with I believe Orton was Syria at the time. Uh,
Yeah.
was Bobby Roode. But I think back to the Aleister Black rivalry.
Yeah, man. I think my favorite it's definitely gotta be the Carmelo Best of Seven series. Like the
Mm,
fact that I think those two put on arguably because that whole series was last year, and I
hmm
think that those were like some of the best. Like we don't get random bangers on
hmm
random episodes anymore, which is another reason why I really love the fact that we're getting this U.S. Open Challenge because it's giving us just random bangers on SmackDown episodes. So um the fact that we got that best of seven series that should have elevated both of their characters and both of their statuses on the roster, if you ask me, because
hmm
they were stealing the show what felt like every week, and I was always hoping that it would get an actual conclusion that didn't involve LA Knight interfering and
hmm
excuse me, and causing a DQ for Game Seven. So that's that's just my favorite Andrade moment because at this point, as soon as I heard the news, the first thing I thought of was, damn, so we are never going to get him and Carmelo in the ring together again.
hmm
But man, it was just a crazy, crazy whirlwind of developments, a crazy storm of developments. And speaking of the storm came, the storm was coming. We got the Tiffany Stratton Jade Cargill championship match from Friday. Sears, give me your thoughts.
I thought it was a good match. I think it was a lot better than the SummerSlam match, to be honest.
Mhm.
Uh, the ending, what I wasn't a fan of. I honestly thought that Jake was going to win. Uh, but I don't see the point of Nia Jax being included now. Like, are they going to do like a triple threat at some point? Like, I don't know. Like, it felt off to me.
Man, let's
And
call it spades. let's call a spade a spade. They drawing this motherfucker two out. They drawing this
Hmm.
motherfucker out too goddamn much. This shit could have been ended last night. Not last night. This shit could have been ended Friday night. Uh
Yeah.
it was their best match to date from two people who it's kind of debatable whether they have that great a chemistry in the ring. No fault to either of these ladies.
Hmm.
But um yeah, I'm with you. The finish was something I was not a fan of because it was like, Naya, I thought we got past you. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we
Yeah.
doing?
Like it felt really pointless after the SmackDown in Saudi. Like after Tiffany definitively beat Nia Jax in a last one standing match. Like, I'm sorry, Nia, but you don't get another shot. You don't get to short yourself in another shot. Like
Yeah.
until there's a new champ.
Yeah, that
So
doesn't that's not how that works.
maybe you should have waited till I also don't I'm not the biggest fan of the double count out that happened beforehand. It was a
Hmm.
double count out, not a
Yeah.
double key DQ. So if you want to have Nia Jax attack them anyway, why wouldn't you just do it during the match?
Yeah.
Like I hate double count outs.
Um I think my biggest thing is just like there is a definitive issue with the women's main event scene on SmackDown.
Hmm.
I I'm not sure whether characters need to be built up, whether there needs to be a draft. Like I'm not in these rooms. I can't make these decisions. I've been saying someone needs to ship Rhea to SmackDown immediately for a while. I've been pushing that agenda,
Hmm.
but I think there needs to be. I think this is the glaring problem when everyone in that scene is you're getting the same faces over and over. There's no new dynamics. It's it's been burnt out, bro.
Hmm.
Tiffany has been champion for roughly over 200 days, I believe. Um,
Yeah.
so it's like Nia, she she's faced nobody but Nia, Bailey, Naomi when they were still on.
Hmm.
It's been repetitive over and over and over. So I'm really trying to figure out what in the world is going on and what seems to be the issue here.
Like part of me thinks they were just waiting for Bianca to come back for some reason, but I don't know why one person you're arguably one of your biggest stars in the company. But I don't know why one person is derailing your entire WWE women's title team.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like having all of this repetitiveness is also devaluing the championship in and of it itself. At least to me.
Yes, I agree.
So I think what we've come across is just, man, I move Chelsea Green up to the Chelsea Green the title shot.
We, I was just thinking that.
Give literally anybody who's like right under that boiling point. Cause I I I like the character of Tiffany Stratton. I like Tiffany Stratton in ring, but nothing about Tiffany in my mind warrants a 255-day title reign.
Yes, for size of popularity, but I never saw people them before having short reigns.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is, but yeah, they need to shake it up somehow. So
Yeah, man. Honestly, if I was booking this shit, throw Jade back in the tag team. Because it's official. Like as much as I want to see her as the women's champion, they've burnt all possibility on all ends at this point. So I think the only way for her to get gold, she got to get to the women's tag division, or she gonna have to shake some shit up until a possible like transfer or things like that nature, something along those lines, and then let Chelsea get a shot because I think Chelsea deserves it the most after how she elevated the women's U.S. title.
Um, I was gonna say let Zelina Vega get a shot, but they did atrocious things to her character during her U.S.
Hmm.
title reign, so she needs to be built back up. Um, Julia, they've already laid the groundwork for of her trying to go and get a shot, so I could see that building, but she gotta get through Meechin first.
Hmm. Part of me
So
thinks that Bianca has to be coming back soon. If they're having a whole like the WrestleMania 43 press conference.
I
And
think I think she has to too. I just don't know because at some they also like we've been saying they draw shit out like a motherfucker dog.
mhm,
So on one hand, we don't have uh we don't have a women's title match confirmed for no other than Io and Stephanie. Like we
yeah,
don't have anyone from the SmackDown women's title scene confirmed for WrestlePalooza. So I'm not sure if maybe they're gonna like book a title match, either
like a
US
triple
title
threat.
match, yeah, or something like that for
Hmm.
either book the triple threat for like the SmackDown before Palooza or fucking have it be a last minute addition to the Palooza card. I'm not sure what they wanted. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. Although they have been a fan of doing it the Friday before, but
Yeah,
if that shit ended with Bianca coming out, her staking her claim, I would not be mad at that.
that would make sense, being that it's the first ESPN PLE. So,
Yeah, but no, definitely something that I think just something that we need to make note of and shake up.
mhm,
There's a lot of issues in that area. I'm not gonna lie. I mean this with no disrespect. As much as I believe that Drew should win this weekend, I also was very, very fucking bored during last week's main event.
mhm,
Drew and Randy, like this is on in any other context, this is a PLE level match.
mhm.
And nothing wrong on their part other than the fact of I was literally just left like, oh, when's Cody coming out? That was literally my biggest question because it was so plain as day.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, they shouldn't announce that Cody was going to be at WrestlePalooza. And then now we already know. Well, if he's going to be at WrestlePalooza, then he got attacked by Drew. This guy's going to be interfered with. So they should have just left that as a surprise. And
yeah,
then I think that would have been better just for the match in general. But be
I
what it
just
be, I
find
guess.
I just find it funny that like that man Triple H said, "Hey, Cody, I don't care if you just finished filming Street Fighter maybe 24 hours ago. Get your ass back on this plane. We got ESPN money to worry about."
I mean, yeah, I mean, he is a champ. So,
Yeah, no. And besides, 30 days. And besides, the 30-day rule was about to be inducted in my mind. So
oh,
I
yeah.
completely get
Honestly, I forgot that Cody was champion for a hot second.
it. You just thought that there was no WWE Undisputed Champion?
I just, I just forgot about it, to be honest. Like,
Oh man. But like we talked about earlier, we also had Worlds Collide on Friday. It was a crazy, crazy stacked card. Like I'm not gonna lie, the WWE AAA partnership is one of the most exciting things I think to happen in wrestling this year. I think they've
mhm,
put on nothing but banger shows, banger matches. There's a certain synergy that's been going through each of these promotions that's working well in both of their favors. Like
mhm,
it's not a situation where it feels like one is coming in and taking over because I don't know. This is just me, but like I feel like these Worlds Collide shows is really still keeping a lucha libre core while also being able to utilize the WWE roster in full
yes.
damn
Yeah.
near because some of the people that they've been able to get on these cards, like some are expected, but some of the others I've been like, oh, you were able to get this person, cool. Like
Mhm.
So let's start off with the number one contenders match for the Reina de la Reinas championship: Natalia versus Fabi Apache. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta do my research on Fabi Apache because I did not know she could cook like that,
Mhm.
bro. Like overall, the reason why when we were working on pre-production, I don't really want to talk about this match is because is it just me or am I the only one noticing that the Natalia that is showing up on these Worlds Collide uh events is very different from the Natalia that they keep advertising?
Mhm.
They gotta just pull the trigger and let her do the low key legend on Raw, bro. Like
Oh, be so great. Are you kidding me? That could be that could be an IC title, US title story on it in itself. Like,
absolutely, I think
oh, put it on SmackDown, put it on the World Title picture. What's that? I'm fine with that.
absolutely, absolutely. I think that this is. I just find it very funny, bro, because mind you, I did like the little predictions video that's on our page the day of the event. So I was looking at all the match graphics, and it still had her with the cowboy hat, kind of Hart Dynasty, you know, the typical Natalia that we're used to seeing. And
Hmm.
then she comes out, Chicos Toxicos, shout out Chicos Toxicos, behind her, bodyguards, grill in, cornrows. Bro, even when she showed up on NXT, she had the cornrows. I was like, all right, either someone in creative isn't a huge fan of this presentation and is like, hey, we'll try it out, but we're not going to let you really go full force with this yet. We still
Hmm.
want to have you do 1 foot in with the Dungeon Doll stuff that we're having you in right now.
Hmm.
But honestly, it seems like from the reception of this match, it seems like everybody is saying to just pull the trigger on this, except for obviously the person that
Yes.
matters the most.
Hmm.
But no, man. Natalia ended up taking the victory, so she's now the number one contender. Which I'm not gonna lie, I completely thought that Natalia was gonna lose this match. Um, I just didn't see her potentially walking away with a chance at the Reina de la the Reina de la Reinas championship.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, just because I feel like because I knew very much what that main event was gonna be. I was like, one of these titles gotta stay. Some of these titles gotta stay. uh,
Yeah.
in the promotion. No, they can't just run off for everything.
I mean, they
TNA.
can, but what to say?
Oh, Mr. Silva, we gonna talk about your promotion in a bit. Um, then speaking of titles staying at home, though, we had Psycho Clown and Pagano. Wait, actually, my bad. Double track. I'm putting the car in front of the horse. Do you have any thoughts on the match where Natalia's character stands right now? That whole jazz.
No, it was just a good match overall. I was glad to see it from time because she doesn't get to paid too much. And
Yeah.
it was a good match. Like, no complaints, no comments.
All right. But like I was saying, we got Psycho Clown and Pagano defending the AAA tag team titles against the New Day, which
Hmm.
I'm kind of surprised that they were able to get the New Day, but cool. Cool. The New Day got a tag title shot in
Hmm.
AAA before they could get the before they could get the rematch on Raw. That's funny.
So
Um,
funny.
so funny. But no, man, it was a really good match. They had Grayson Waller acting on behalf of the New Day instead of Xavier Woods because Xavier had surgery, I believe. He had
Hmm.
posted like the lymphoma on that they had taken out of him on social media. So speedy recovery, all that jazz, hearts and prayers. But man, Psycho Clown and Pagano, those motherfuckers are becoming some of my favorites in AAA.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
ah, when Psycho Clown rips off his mask to the
Hmm.
other mask, oh yeah, no, different, different breed of character work going on there, and different
Hmm.
approach to character work as well, which I think is super dope about when they work with AAA, because there's so many different approaches to how they want to go through matches and things of that nature. And I think this is probably the most tame of a Psycho and Pagano match I've seen. But
Mm-hmm.
given the finish, I think they are definitely going to go back to hardcore roots, because I think even at Triple Mania when they went up against and got the belts off of Los Garza, that wasn't like a street fight. I think they won by hitting Angel with a fucking uh barbed wire bat on some Mick Foley type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So still really enjoyable. Could you have guessed that Xavier Woods was so scared of clowns?
No, I don't think he's just scared of clowns. I think he's just scared of clowns that whip up their own face. Which I think, in what respect, I think everybody would. So, granted, it's valid.
Nah, I feel you. Dude, I think so. Every time promotions do like a brand partnership or things like that, everyone always thinks like, oh, don't come in and change it, leave their own distinct flavor, don't come and siphon off their talent.
Mm-hmm.
I would not mind seeing Psycho Clown and Pagano go up against DIY on the random SmackDown,
Ooh,
the same way how we got who did we get? We got Iguana and I think Octagon,
yeah.
the SmackDown before SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. It's very obvious, given the finish, that they're obviously building something with the Wyatts, which, by the way, shout out to the crowd there in Vegas, because it was like 7 p.m. because it started at 10 on the East Coast. So that means it was like 7 p.m. Vegas time or something like that, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When those lights went out for the Wyatt's entrance, them shits went out. That shit, like, the Wyatt's entrance is something that has to be so beautifully orchestrated every time. So the fact that they were able to
Mm-hmm.
like care for it like that, it really really dope. And then I, did they put Pagano through a table?
I don't recall. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I definitely, I know somebody went through a table. That's what makes me believe that they're leading to a TLC match, for the AAA tag team titles at whatever the next big AAA event's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And the thought of Dexter Loomis and Pagano in the same ring together, that's a crazy thought. Like, that's just,
It's gonna be a crazy match.
yeah, man. Like, as soon as the lights went out, I just instantly got excited. Like,
Mm-hmm.
instantly. Um, say what you want about the Wyatt Six's tag title reign. They've been putting on solid matches each and every time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Bengals. I mean, yeah, it's not often, but like one is better than the Raw Tag Title picture, and two, they all
God,
been Bengals.
you just made me think of something. The World Tag Team titles have only been defended against LWO on that one random episode of Raw.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't remember any title defense since they won it back in August, July when
They've
we
got to
went.
in my mind, they've got to put those on the line against Pagano and Psycho. If if they weren't so obviously doing it, if they weren't so obviously doing the Psycho Pagano Wyatt Six angle,
Mhm.
I think that would have been a perfect like layup. But all I'm saying is the World Tag titles have got to be put on the line, either with Braun and Bronson after WrestlePalooza. I'll give my
Oh.
prediction of how that's going to go later. Um,
Mhm.
or yeah, or just put them up against AAA talent.
Mhm.
Either way, those belts need to be defended. But speaking of the Judgment Day, let's talk about the main event. Um, it was very, very. The writing was on the wall. Y'all can see my background. The boy did it, but before we get into that, let's talk about the build-up because the show starts with Rey Mysterio. No, yeah, the show starts with Rey Mysterio doing the walk-in, and he had a little backstage segment with Valerie. No, not Valerie Arena. That's Lola Vice's actual name. What is with a backstage reporter, Finn's wife, Finn Balor's wife.
Yes.
I don't want to like just call her that, but Finn Balor's wife.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking to Ray, and then Dom comes up and says, "Oh, when I win tonight, you're gonna put this belt around Vera Rodriguez." Apologies, Vera Rodriguez. Dom said, "You're gonna put this belt around my waist." Ray said, "Oh, you really think you're gonna win?" Confident, man. I, it's very obvious that what they are building towards with this angle. However, I am very happy that whenever these two see each other, whenever Ray and Dom see each other, it is always on site. It is
Now,
always on.
what if
Mm-hmm.
I also think it's going in this direction? I see two options here.
All right, what do you see?
I think it's the same build up, but I see it ending in two different ways. I think the build up leads to a Survivor Series, a title versus essentially a match, but career match.
I
Mm-hmm.
can believe that, especially seeing as how it's in their hometown this year.
In San Diego.
Yep.
And I can see it happening ending in two ways. One, Wave City losing,
Mm-hmm.
retiring.
I can
Two,
very easily see that.
I can. Oh, actually, let's say three. Two, this is where we get Aaliyah's debut.
Mm.
Roxanne, Roxanne tried to interfere on behalf of Dom, and then Aaliyah comes out, debuts, helps interferes in the match and about Father Fable. Option three, which I think is the most likely option,
Okay, cool. Happy that you stayed that part. Because go
I
ahead.
think option three is this is where we see Finn Balor snap.
Oh,
I think this is where we see Finn Balor cost the AAA title,
oh.
making and then leading to him going after the IC title.
Okay. I see.
Because
I see what the Oracle's cooking up.
Way hasn't won the AAA title before,
He has not.
so I think that's something that they want him to have. Get him another match with Dom, get some type of Survivor Series, and then that would trigger the 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 thing they did out to for about a year and a half now. Ben Tony on Dom and bringing up the Judgment Day.
Either way, man. All the Oracle is saying is if anyone wants to sponsor your boys and fly them out to Survivor Series, so that way we can cover this event in person. Feel
Please, no.
free. Let
Yeah,
us know. Our inbox is open. Um, but no, man. I don't see Aaliyah debuting because she definitely like just started training. In
yeah.
the that
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 was
is
that. I just came up with that in my mind like, as I was talking. I was like, maybe, but let me just put it out there just in case. I
yeah.
don't see it happening though, but
Um, I can definitely see. I can definitely see the Finn breakup. I can see that happening. Either way, I think that this is all going to culminate in Survivor Series in November.
oh yeah,
My biggest thing is how do we actually we could get because Penta started the official show by saying that whoever wins he wants next. They could do Penta versus Dom for the AAA championship because I think he's slated to show up on the 27th in AAA.
mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
they could easily do it there.
okay.
Um yeah, actually no, the more I think about it, yeah. I think the third option is probably going to be the most likely. Finn's going to snap and cost him that shit. Ray, they're definitely going to want Ray to go out cuz he's a double Hall of Famer. They're going to want him to go out with the AAA championship. Especially if
Mm-hmm.
I think it all depends on the status of his injury. Because if it seems like he's only got one more left,
Mhm.
He's obviously not going to get the title, but if he gets the title, then that means that he's got at least one last mini run left.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the day that Rey Mysterio retires, I'm gonna cry.
He's like the Aaron Rodgers of the WWE. He's like the
Yeah,
last piece of like all childhood.
yeah.
Him and Orton.
When Randy retires, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. I think Ray's gonna happen first, but yeah, Randy's gonna be the last man standing. And when he retires, oh boy. He better get the same treatment as John Cena, if not more.
Man, it's gonna be insane. All right. Um, but no, back to the overall match in and of itself. Dom and Vikingo. I'll admit, Vikingo was carrying a little bit, but that's because Vikingo is a freak athlete, like a
Hmm.
literal freak of nature. That motherfucker can do 630s like on the whim. So,
Yeah.
but very, very well paced match. I think
Hmm.
having the Judgment Day come out, then LWO come out, then Ray coming out, man, I think it's gonna be a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. Um, yeah, honestly, just super, super fun match. I would like to like. I get it. I know that Vikingo is very much a 2015 Roman Reigns as character right now, being shoved down
Hmm.
people's throats. Though that's the AAA crowd. He's not being shoved down the WWE crowd's throats. I could see him making a couple pop ups on Raw, just just sabotage a match or two.
Yeah.
Do an exhibition match with Dragon Lee. Just something. Something.
Hmm.
Speaking of Dragon Lee, real quick, I did want to talk about the Latin America four-way match because obviously we know El Hijo de Wagner Jr. did retain, but I am loving the fact that they are building this into a full-on feud with him and Ethan Page.
Hmm.
I, I especially with Ethan doing the whole North American super Canadian gimmick.
Hmm.
This is going to be very, very funny. This is going to be very, very entertaining, and I think that because on paper, this gimmick that Ethan is running shouldn't work, and this beef shouldn't work, but he's turning it into gold.
Anybody else, it wouldn't work. Ethan Page knows how to make storylines work.
Yeah.
Like you give him anything, and he'll turn it into gold.
Oh
Like he's
God.
like he's like Chelsea Green.
Yeah. Which is why it's so great that they're paired up together.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I hope that this means that Ethan, whenever he drops the North American belt, which may be at No Mercy if we're going off of NXT this week.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully he shows up that Friday on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Um, but we finished talking about SmackDown. Let's head into Raw for this week. Raw was in Springfield, Massachusetts. Opened up in Cena's old college with, of course, another Cena promo. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the most emotional one.
Uh-huh.
He's talking about how he used to play football here, how it made him the man that he is, how he wanted to do something, give back to the city. So having WWE Raw there, putting all these people on Netflix in Springfield. And then he's talking about, is he scared of Brock Lesnar? Is he worried about Brock Lesnar? Should he possibly lean on his seniority to get out of the match? Brother, you've already leaned on your seniority once in the storyline. Let's That's how you got into the chamber, remember? Let's not do that.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
In the
we not
Rumble.
exactly. We not leaning on nothing. The rest of this run. Um,
I mean,
but
unless he
no,
wants the IC title, which I'm fine with, but
oh yeah. Unless it's that. If you want to go for Grand Slam, go ahead. Go ahead. But what you think of the segment? What you think of the promo?
I thought it was like I said before, I thought it was the last thing they needed to really like make this a get us ready for the match. The Lesnar department wasn't needed, but this, he knows how to highlight to get people intrigued in a match. Like he knows how to play on all emotions to make guys want to cheer him on in the face of huge, huge in the pickleball.
Yeah.
Like this is his superpower. Like this is what made him who he is for the past 25 years. Is he the best wrestler? No. But is he the best talker? Debatable. But he knows how to play that all strings. He knows how
Yeah.
to play out all emotions to get us behind him.
Yeah, man. It's definitely just a matter of fact of as soon as he starts feeling that gumption, as soon as he starts getting, when he starts getting that certain tone in his voice where you can
Mm-hmm.
tell he's trying to rile the crowd up. And then, of
Mm-hmm.
course, if you want some,
Come get some.
get some. Come on. Like, it's real simple. Speaking of someone who went and got herself some, Lyra Valkyria came out with a W over Roxanne Perez this week.
She should.
Now, the biggest of birds. Shout out to the bird lady. I ain't gonna lie. For really, really solid match, Lyra is very easily, like, if we're talking from a technical perspective, one of the best women's wrestlers that WWE has on the roster right now.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably the best. You can make it. You can make a case.
Mm-hmm.
So her going through the Judgment Day, I think is going to be great. It's going to give her some momentum. My only thing is, where does this go long term? That's my only thing. Like, it's cool, it's solid. Just what's the long term vision for this?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this all has to lead back to a Bailey story because we got the Bailey
Yes.
return during this match.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very obvious that they still want her and Bailey to be interconnected together. They had the segment where Lyra tries to check on Bailey, interrupts her, and then Bailey ends up snapping. And let me say this: the internet will always win
Mm-hmm.
because y'all taking these goddamn Bailey segments and putting the split memes or the split audio on them motherfuckers is hilarious. Oh my god. That is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Yeah, it's very clear that this is a Lyra and Bailey story. So when do we see the match coming? Do we see it happen at Survivor Series? Do we see it happen sooner? Um do because Becky is very much enthralled and embroiled in the Vision storyline right now, so
Mm-hmm.
it's obvious that it's no longer going to be over the title. Is it just going to be for a sake of friendship at this point?
I don't know. I think see that's the thing about the Barry character. I think we're not seeing like a Captain Jack, like a mankind situation where like she's now playing two characters, and I don't know. Like it could be either or.
Yeah.
Like I honestly I think this leads to war games. So maybe they're on that team together,
Mm.
and then Bailey split personality takes over, leading to a match later on. I just don't know yet. It's just so new and like not something that like we're used to. So I don't know like where they're gonna take this. Obviously, I think the match is coming.
Yeah.
Another match is coming. I would think if it's not in War Games, I think Survivor Series would be the best bet.
Mm.
If not the Rumble.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if they can draw this out so long that it hits the Rumble because I'm gonna be so for real. Not everything needs a long term story. They honestly could have. Now,
Sure.
granted, this would have taken a lot of momentum out of
Hmm.
the current. Actually, no, this wouldn't change anything about. This would not have changed anything about the WrestlePalooza storyline that Becky's in right now. The SummerSlam match could have ended with Bailey. Could have ended with I've always thought that the storyline between Becky, Bailey, and Lyra should have ended with Bailey on top. They could have done that at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
who am I? Who am I? I'm just trying to figure out what the long plan is here. But speaking of Becky, we had Becky and Seth come out, and AJ and Punk meet face to face. First off, Punk walking out to AJ's music and saying that he is quote unquote take put letting Colt's personality take a backseat is probably the
Mhm.
most horrible thing I've seen this week. Get you a man who loves you like how Punk loves AJ.
Yeah, because we all know that man loves corner personality, but god damn, like I love it.
Uh, what'd you think of the segment, man? Give us the breakdown. Give us the breakdown and give us your thoughts.
So to be honest, this was when I was busy doing something on Monday, so I didn't get to see the full segment of it.
Mm.
But essentially, they do the usual back and forth, and then you know, and then Seth Rollins tries to get Becky to attack AJ by doing the same line that CM Punk did when AJ returned.
Mhm.
Thankfully, I have someone who can hit you,
Mhm.
because AJ does slap Punk.
Yeah,
AJ does
no,
slap Rollins.
AJ does slap Seth.
Yeah, AJ does slap Seth. So they try to do, well, I'm not going to hit you, but I have someone who can. Becky's like, the fuck you doing? I'm done fighting a battle. She leaves the ring, walks up to the ramp. Punk goes after Rollins. They get out the ring, doing like cat and mouse. Becky, being the heel she is, sneaks back in the ring and takes out AJ.
Yeah, seeing AJ sold that manhandle slam. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That she sold that shit like death.
Mm-hmm.
But the funniest part of that whole thing was AJ saying, "I might shank somebody."
Oh yeah, I'm a Latina from New Jersey. I might sing someone. And Punk
That
is in the background, like agreeing. Yeah, she would.
that was hilarious. I think reports are saying that Cena and Brock are going to open WrestlePalooza, so I would assume that that means that this is going to be the headliner,
Oh,
which
that's the right choice.
very easily should.
Like I mean, it's confirmed for Pat McAfee. Just confirmed it today, I believe.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know who else you're gonna have do it, or
Gonna be
who else will go with Pat. But when it's in his hometown and he's like the ESPN guy, but
yeah,
it's the right decision. Like, no, you don't have AJ Lee force match and Neil not being the main event.
yeah, no. And so I think that this is going to be a banger main event, bro. I think,
Hmm.
and now we can start getting into our WrestlePalooza predictions to be so for real. How do we see WrestlePalooza playing out? How do we see because right now the card is standing as the Usos versus Bronson and Braun, Cody versus Drew,
Hmm.
the mixed tag match, and then Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. I think that's the card right now as it stands, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
and Cena and Brock.
I think Cena wins, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm, I don't want to say obviously, but Cena wins. I think I think LA Knight joins division
Ooh.
and helps the Braun and Braun win
Okay.
because of the issues he's been having with Jey Uso.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's going to lead to mind games in the backgrounds, and I think we see that happen, which is just going to lead to war games.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see who else. I think Cody wins. I don't think there's a world where he loses first hand defense since regaining the title.
Drew deserves a real fucking reign, but go ahead.
Oh yes, I agree 100%. Give Drew a chance, but like Cody just got the belt back at SummerSlam. He,
Yeah,
he
no.
he's not losing his first defense. He's not.
Yeah,
They're
no.
not gonna make him a transitional champion.
When,
Uh,
when Randy takes it off him, then he can be then maybe Drew can get a real reign.
yes, I agree. Uh, I think Stephanie McHale wins.
Please, I'm begging. I'm begging. Up and
She,
down.
she needs it, and Io doesn't.
I just want someone new with the belt.
I
I want.
I I agree. And then I think, oh, the main event is a tricky fight. They can go. I talked about this last week, but I think this can go multiple ways.
Yeah,
I think Punk and AJ wins, and then after the match, they get beat up, and I think AJ gets attacked by Costa.
yeah, yeah. I think we did talk about this last week. I can definitely see that happening. I got Cody winning, sadly.
Hmm.
Not sadly, but I got Cody winning. I definitely got Punk and AJ winning, but I don't think it's gonna end well. I think Becky is gonna full on attack AJ, leading into a feud for them over the IC belt. Um, I got Cena over the man who's in all that fucking paperwork.
Hmm.
For anyone who's wondering in the back of their mind, does he always have to include the fucking when he says that? Yes, yes, I do.
Yes, yes, yes,
Because
yes, he does.
it is a it is a lot of fucking paperwork.
Hmm.
Um. Anyway, I for the love of God, I got Stephanie over Io Sky. I'm not an Io hater, but for the love of God, I want someone new with the belt.
Yeah.
However, Io is the only one in the current active revolving storyline right now. But I do very well believe that Oscar could be the one to sabotage her chances.
Yes, I can see that. I don't know if that's gonna be it, but I can see it.
And then it's gonna be so crazy. But the vision needs to look dominant as a force. So if Seth and Becky are gonna take the loss in the main event,
Hmm.
Bronson and Braun have to get a win over the Usos, which like is going to look nuts in a tag match. But I
Well,
I understand.
it also helps with because I saw a report today that after Westpalooza, they're gonna have to go after the tag titles.
Yeah,
What better
yeah,
place you have for a tag title shot by beating arguably the greatest tag team of all time?
yeah. Somewhere the New Day is still mourning the tag belts. Oh, speaking of which, let me we've been talking about the New Day a lot on here. But I saw a report that said or I saw a video of someone saying the New Day is the best tag team of this year and they don't even have the belts. And I was like, damn, they might be right.
Eh, no, you can't say that with the SmackDown teams. I'm sorry.
The only no, the SmackDown tag division is clearing them as a whole. Um,
Yeah.
but I think if we're going like all around team in terms of character, story, the only damn, I was about to say matches put on, but the New Day ain't had that many matches this year. So yeah, no, that's that might be a topic we might have to do next week. We might have to talk about what's the best tag team out right
Mhm.
because even Dustin Rhodes was posting on X, Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to call it, was asking who everyone's favorite tag teams are of this generation.
Ooh, this generation. Okay.
I I put together I put together my little list real quick of just my favorite tag teams right now.
Hmm.
This is off the top of my head, and this is again as of September 18th, 2025. Jet Speed, Street
Okay.
Profits, MCMG, and Fraxium. They share a spot at 3 because it's interchangeable, really, depending on the day.
Okay.
Rodito and FTR.
Okay.
Those are those are like my favorite top 5 tag teams of right now.
Okay. For me, I think I have to go with my top one being hmm, tricky. Motor City Machine Guns,
Okay.
just because I grew up watching them on TNA as well.
Yeah.
Uh, and they're still going. Uh,
These
so
motherfuckers is not gonna stop. Gonna
uh,
keep going.
then I'm gonna go with hmm, the White Six. I think I always enjoy the Dark Mythical
Hmm.
people. So
I'm
we
not
get
mad at that.
evil. Uh, number three, I want to say so Zarya. Is that
Zaruka, yeah.
yeah? So Luca and Zarya. Um, even though they're about to break up, my heart. Uh, anyway, four, I want to say FTR.
Okay.
Five, I would say honestly, Cope and Christian.
I'm not mad
Christian,
at that.
yeah, I
I'm
think
not.
it's like it's a funny dynamic with like they still a heel but kind of a face Christian and
Yeah.
Adam, like they're both like not completely faces all heels, and it's funny.
No, only only Edge and Christian could get a crowd to cheer for someone saying that they have no hose. That
Yeah,
like
I know.
I,
I I think back to like Christian's promo against FTL, and like I think it was Dad's Bureau. Like, I know your dad is dead, but I can't be your new father. I'm like, God damn. And you know me, I love a dog kid like that. But like, okay, Kristen.
yeah, that's funny as shit. Um I'm very excited for their match at All Out. We'll talk about that in a little bit later. We did the WrestlePalooza predictions. Oh, do you want to close out Raw? Let's talk about because we already kind of let's talk about Stephanie versus Kyrie real quick, and then we'll close out with the main event. We'll close out Raw.
Mm,
Stephanie versus Kyrie. That match should have been longer, dog. Oh, they were
mm,
cooking. Like I think that Stephanie is. I was very happy. No, 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 no. I was sad that I was happy, but also sad that Kyrie got the win because obviously we know how wrestling logic works.
mm,
Um, however, it was also just a thing of like, damn, Stephanie got the win. Yeah, Stephanie got the win, and so I was like, fuck. All right, that means that means EO's looking strong heading into this weekend. Stephanie might take the loss. Blah 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 blah. But also, mm, but also, it's fucking like, sorry, I'm trying to get the words. Kyrie and Stephanie are two. The only way to describe their style is that they are eloquent technicians, and what I mean by that is that they are precise in how they move. Literally, the sequences that they had together, it felt like goddamn ballet.
mm.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. If this EO Oscar storyline, let's say, because we all know it's building to an EO Oscar feud, right? I feel like that's written on the walls.
Yes.
If Kyrie were to slime out both of them and get the title for herself, because I don't think the Pirate Princess has had a title run, a
Mm.
non-tag title run. I don't think she's had a singles title on the main roster, right?
Not on the main roster now.
Yeah,
Yeah, NXT, yes.
yeah. But if she finally gets her main roster singles title, I would not be mad at it. It's kind of the same logic that made me think that the Becky, Lyra, and Bailey had to end with Bailey on top. It's really the same
Yes.
logic there.
Honestly, Kyrie as the next Miss Money in the Bank? Question mark.
I could definitely see Kyrie being the next Miss Money in the Bank. Um, also, it's a thing of I think when you get embroiled into this whole damage control fallout, damage control, damage control fallout, and also just the EO Oscar, we have to salute Oscar for the fact of how she's able to get even the simplest of things over. Because
Mm-hmm.
the fact that motherfuckers in the stands are screaming Kyrie when
Mm-hmm.
she does, it's beautiful. It's very hilarious.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I know that they just dropped new Kabuki Warriors merch. That needs to be on the shirt immediately.
Yeah.
Um, LA Knight and Jimmy Uso versus Braun and Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you basically take this because all I will say is LA Knight did nothing wrong. Go ahead.
I agree. Uh, basic match. I forgot. Honestly, dude, it's been a long week. I forgot who won the match. I think
Bro,
the Bonds won, right?
yeah, yes, I believe so. Let me check that.
Yeah, I believe the Bonds won. Uh, you know, classic beatdown afterwards. Jimmy Uso comes out, makes try to save. They get the Bonds out the ring. They do the classic thing they do, where like Jey Uso helps Nate up, and yeah, you know,
Yeah,
they act like they're all good, shake hands, dab each other up. Jey Uso turns around, checking on his brother Jimmy, and then he says, "Psych, we're not good." Hits him with his finisher. And said, "Now we're even." Yeah, it's you knew it was gonna happen. I mean, and Nate is not alone.
my thing is, dog. First off, this match, you the way you broke it down, it could have been any of the last like 6 Raw main event matches. First off, let's just say
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Second,
Just
secondly,
yep.
um, yeah, LA Knight did nothing wrong. Cause I'm not gonna lie, you spear me on my fucking socks after I try and help you. Yeah, no, it's fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we
Yeah.
are. So that makes me believe even more that LA Knight might join division.
Yeah. I call it. Oh, we're just gonna get a heel Uso. Either one can happen. To be honest.
Yeah, I think the heel Uso one is more probable because that motherfucker that Jay was calling was definitely Roman, dog.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot tell me different.
Yeah.
So Jay going heel. Um, I'm gonna be so honest. As much as I love Yeet. I love what it was.
It needs that.
It's time to put that. It's time to put that motherfucker down like Louis. It's time to put that
Mm-hmm.
take that motherfucker out to the backyard. You feel me? So hey, give me the right hand man back. That's what I want. Um, so yeah, man, it was a match. It was like the last 6 Raw main events. LA Knight did nothing wrong. The Bronze are looking strong
Mm-hmm.
headed into WrestlePalooza. Man, Jimmy and his stubborn ass should not have taken the match.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, let's talk about NXT once again being nothing but must see TV. Because brother,
Mm-hmm.
we went to Full Sail University this week. We went back to college. Um, NXT Homecoming happened last night. No, not last night. 2 nights ago. I forgot we
Yep.
were recording on Thursday. Uh, we got all the OGs come back. We got we had Alexa and Charlotte, Bobby Roode, Mello, so many more. Um, I we can go through this match by match, but honestly, just what was your favorite moment from the episode overall?
Honestly, my favorite moments will probably have to be the Van Balor with Torn.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
just because, like, one, like, even with like him working the Judgment Day, and like, I'll like forget it. Like, I don't want to say forget it, but like how minimal he's being used right now in the main roster.
Hmm.
Him back in NXT is like,
Finn was a dog.
well, like the whole crowd knew who he was, and he was enjoying himself. Like it was giving me short vibes, short vibes right now. Like you can tell she's happy doing it. Him
Mm,
down in NXT and being like that, like the face, he loves that.
yeah.
I think, and you want to repackage Finn Balor to be back in the main scene, which I think you should if you're Triple H, because he's a dog. Then you do it, you don't you repackage him to what he was like, and I think the NXT title just showed it.
I, yeah, man. Just Finn walking out to the old theme, doing the dude. He did the thing, man. He did the thing. Like that shit. It was just nothing but flashbacks and memories. Because like Finn is arguably, or maybe not even. I think a lot of people would say he is definitively one of the greatest NXT champions ever.
I think he is the guy that makes the champion.
Yeah, the only person who I could see touching him is Adam Cole, which very sad that obviously because of them being on AEW, we got no mention of Undisputed Era, the greatest faction
Hmm.
to come out of NXT, but
Hmm.
at least we got an Ember Moon shout out Alexa Bliss for
Yes, yes, Miss Plus.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. Not my actual Alexa. My apologies, Alexa. Oh, anyway, um welcome to the live podcast, guys. So Alexa and Charlotte start off the show going up against the Culling. Izzy and Tatum, I'm not gonna lie. Tatum is a much better wrestler than Izzy Dame to me. Like
Yeah. Hmm.
leagues beyond. And this is
Hmm.
no attack or no diss to Izzy Dame, but this was really the match that kind of cemented it. Like I felt it their last couple of matches,
Hmm.
but man, like Tatum, Alexa Bliss is arguably one of the best. Is arguably one of the best in her division right now. The
Hmm.
fact that you're able to go hang with Alexa Bliss, go bar for bar, move for move, sequence for sequence. Excuse me. The way that she countered that Sister Abigail,
Hmm.
beautiful. Like that was really what confirmed it for me. And then again, I just like seeing Charlotte have fun. Like
Hmm.
this is how the face turn should have happened, dog. Instead of y'all having her show up on flights, looking lavish, head into the Rumble. What the fuck? We ain't
Hmm.
need none of that. Just put her with somebody we like and let her actually crack a joke or two.
Yeah,
What do you think of the match, Dog?
I thought it was good. I mean, I honestly, I was surprised how good it was gonna be. I didn't expect that to be what it was. But I thought it was a fun opener. I mean, like Sean and Alexa, two homegrown NXT talents. I mean, uh, Waxley and Scott posting his name. I'm blanking right
Hey,
now.
them
It's
and
been a
Izzy.
day. Yeah, Izzy. Uh, Fun duo. I was happy they got the shot. They were the good team. They were the good team to win it because
Yeah.
the other two teams didn't need it. But I thought it was a good match. So
Nah. Now let's talk about the match I was hyped for all week. Um, my boy Mello got to come back home. My boy Mello
hmm.
got to be remembered that he's got to be treated like the gem that he is for the first time in God knows how long.
Hmm.
We got the jerseys back, Sears. We
Yeah.
got the jerseys back. Trick Mellow Gang had a reunion. Now, granted, while I've said this multiple times, the Trick Mellow Gang reunion should have happened on the main roster.
Hmm.
Fuck it. Fuck it. At this point, as a Mellow fan, I'll take what I can get. So they brought back the Titanatron. They brought back the jerseys, bro. And then
Hmm.
DIY's entrance. Oh
Oh
my
yes.
oh my fucking god. Cause all week, and I think we even talked about this with Keish last week on the pod.
Hmm.
I think I said if they brought back Rebel Heart, I was gonna possibly shed a thug tear or two.
Did you?
I was so close, bro. I was in. I may be. I I was like inaudible.
Hmm.
That's how like happy I was because I was just squealing. Like Gargano is another one where he's kind of in that Finn conversation where he was just different on NXT. The impact was insane. It was like almost a completely different character.
Hmm.
And so seeing all that come back, seeing Tommaso with the face paint back on, seeing the shout
Hmm.
outs to Goldie, like we will never get another time like black and gold, dog. I don't care.
Black
I
and gold
don't
is different.
care. Do I think that we should have like NXT last night was just basically peak. I hate to sound very like Gen Alpha ish, but
Hmm.
it was essentially peak. Um, Javon and Sammy had an interaction, which was I wanted a match personally. I thought it would have been cool if he did the U.S. Open Challenge in
I
NXT.
I thought he was going to do it. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, are we getting a U.S. Open challenge? Like,
Yeah,
please, thank you. No, okay."
but I also know we've seen Javon on SmackDown before. Sammy's on SmackDown. If randomly one week they want to go ahead and do it, I can see Javon popping out. Wait, aren't they in North Carolina or somewhere soon? They might do it there.
Yeah.
I think that's Javon's hometown. Um, but yeah, so I got nothing else. I like. I can't talk about this match by match. I just have to talk about it as a whole because, bro, we got to see a Tyler Breeze match on WWE
Hmm.
TV. We haven't seen him wrestle in like what 5 years at least.
Give or take, yeah. But I think the last time they were at Full Sail, he made an
Yeah,
appearance.
and then Elio de Wagner Jr. was in the audience for Ethan Page and Tyler Breeze's match. Very
Hmm.
obvious they're still running that beef. Do you see? Do you because Ethan has to have a match at No? Oh no, Ethan does have a match at No Mercy. Ethan has a match against Tavion Heights at No Mercy thanks to Damian Priest. Another NXT alum who came through. The fact that they referenced the hot tub was hilarious, by the way. Very hilarious. Do we see Wagner interfering with the match and Tavion being our new North American champion? That way,
No,
Ethan still looks strong, headed up to main roster. No,
I think we got a title for title.
you get title for title. Where where? So you think Ethan retains at No Mercy,
Hmm. And they
and
set up a title for
then
title for the Latin American and the North American.
not mad.
They could. They love doing title for titles lately, so why not?
Speaking of titles for titles, we had an episode of the Grayson Waller effect. Oh, I'm gonna let y'all know. I had a slow moment. So you know on the Titanitrons when you were watching the Grayson Waller segment, it
Hmm.
showed Grayson on live.
Hmm.
I didn't think he was actually on live, so I went to his IG profile, and then when I saw the live button, I clicked it. I was like, "Oh shit, he's actually on live!" Like, mind you, this is a thing he's been doing for years, and like I know I've been hit, blah blah blah, whatever. But I never thought about like, oh, he's actually on live doing this.
Hmm.
But so yeah, that was my little slow moment. And actually, before we talk about the NXT main event, this is a great segue to talk about all the. I'm not sure if you were watching social media on Tuesday night during everything, but it seems like every motherfucker in TNA decided to open up their Twitter account after the Grayson Waller effect segment.
Hmm.
So basically, Obafemi came through, Ricky Saints came through. Actually, before we talk about what happened, just what did you think of the promos cut by Oba and Ricky?
So they were good. I mean, it was good build up. I mean, they really haven't had a promo like with each other about the build up toward the match. So I mean, yeah,
They haven't had a proper build for real. I feel like this is a very rushed, like
yeah.
like, granted, I do think that Ricky Saints should like be in that title scene, but
Mm-hmm.
brother, you should be feuding with Javon if anyone, because you already cemented that. You should be feuding with Javon once he had gotten the title, but whatever. They're probably just gonna roll back to that whenever they're ready for Open to drop the belt. But
I can
speak,
see what he's gonna get.
yeah, but speaking of belts, Grayson made it a title for title match next week for the
Mm-hmm.
TNA Championship and the NXT Championship. I'm gonna be so for real. I don't think that this match is gonna end with a decisive winner.
I agree. If Ricky thinks it's in the field, someone from TNA will.
Which leads me back to us talking about the social media reactions and everyone in the TNA roster tweeting about how um fuck tweeting about how a TNA title shot is given and no TNA wrestlers are involved. Sears, we're gonna do something that we love doing on this podcast, which is fantasy booking.
Mm-hmm.
How would you fantasy book a TNA NXT invasion?
I think it starts next week.
I
I,
do as
I,
I do as well.
I think you have Moose, Mike Santana, someone who's one of your cornerstone pieces,
Mhm.
lead the charge, like you broadcast it onto the Titantron, and you have someone in the field in the match. And then, I think, honestly, I think throughout the night, you might have people getting attacked, but seriously attacked. Maybe you have, I'm just trying to think of people, Hanky Tank attack. Maybe make a thing it's Dark State. And then maybe you have Tatum attacked, you
Mhm.
know, because they don't not knowing what's going on. And then the main event comes, title for title, TNA comes out and improves the match. And they stand united. But that's how you start it. And then after that, I think you lead up to probably a TNA per view, I would hope, and have it like just have TNA versus NXT.
Yeah, I think, mind you, the show on Tuesday started with William Regal saying War Games. I think it has to lead to a War Games match between TNA and NXT. Um,
But my question is, why would Triple H be there if that was the case?
okay.
Unless we find out soon that they bought TNA. But I don't want that.
I got war flashbacks. I got war flashbacks. Just hear you say that. I got chills up my spine. Like
Because
I don't
that,
want
that,
that either.
that's how the last invasion started. Well,
Yeah,
not the last one, but the big one. That's how that started. Is
yeah,
by
yeah,
them
yeah.
buying the company.
Yeah. The ECW invasion, right? Yeah,
The WCW and ECW. Yeah.
yeah.
So
I know my
I think
history.
I think that's how you start. I mean, that's how you start. I think you started next week if you're going to do it, and then I think you have your top stars fight each other that match up well.
That's
Like
right.
I think you, I think you have. I
I
don't.
think
Go
I
ahead.
think um I think Moose ends up like spearing Oba or something like that during the main event, and then all of a sudden you see Matt Hardy pop out, you see Leon Slater pop out, you see Matt Cardona
Mm-hmm.
pop out, you see Mike Santana pop out, you see
Mm-hmm.
Eric Young because on Impact every week he's complaining about the TNA champion being an NXT talent, so I assume you can see him pop out. Um, and then my thing is Joe Hendry is playing double duty.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone so far as showing up in even the old NXT intro for Homecoming this week as a member of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
Did no one else pick up on that?
I did it.
So my thing is, I think this is all intentional. I think it's going to be. I think he is very much going to be stuck in the middle, and he's going to be a focal point of who it's going to be. And I think
But the Kevin Owens,
same time,
but the Kevin Owens.
yeah. And I think he's going to turn on TNA, and that is how it's revealed, and that's how we find out that he is officially on the WWE NXT roster. That
Mm-hmm.
that's how we find out about, because we all know that they're just waiting until his contract's up and done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a perfect way to do it. Um, I believe,
And Joe
yeah,
Hendry,
I,
but continue.
I still believe that. I believe in Joe Hendry as well, but I still believe that it has to culminate in some sort of War Games type scenario, especially
Mm-hmm.
since War Games is such NXT homegrown.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Not War Games. Lethal Lockdown in this
Oh
bitch.
shit,
Have you
that would be
experienced?
crazy.
Have you experienced Lethal Lockdown?
Yes, yes, yes.
Legal? Yes.
I think that could go crazy.
Because I think if TNA is going to start it, they're
Hmm.
going to make it on their terms, and you do
Oh
legal
yeah,
lockdown.
that's fair. I didn't think about that. Yeah, if they're starting, they gotta call the shots. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's very very fair. Do we think do we think it happens at Bound for Glory, or do we think it happens a little bit later?
Bound for Glory is in November, I think. No,
No,
October.
I think it's October 20 something, 22nd. Let me double
That's
check.
the one. That's the one in Massachusetts, right?
Yeah,
I think it happens later. I
October.
think I think Bound for Glory is a key point in the storyline where we maybe see Quick lose the belt.
I definitely think that Mike needs to get the belt at Bound for Glory.
I think like if a TNA NXT invasion storyline occurs, that would be the point where TNA gets the belt back.
Yeah. No, I definitely see it. But yeah, no. Bound for Glory is October 12th. So yeah. Man, it's just after seeing all the tweets, like literally I opened my phone, Leon Slater said something, Matt Cardona said something, Jaya Brookside said something. Um shoot. Ooh. If we do the TNA NXT invasion, I just thought about this. There's gotta be a face off, an interaction, or something between Lash Legend and Mara Sade.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Leon Spado and Javon Evans.
That too, absolutely need that. That's a dream match.
That's what I thought you were going with it. Also, I just
Mhm.
thought of this one as well. Uh, Bound for Glory. What's the tag title match again? It's the Hardys
Uh,
and the
yeah, Hardy's in Team 3D.
What If part of this aging. We see a certain four-man group interfering in the match.
Oh, oh,
Maybe it's your boys in Dark State that interfere in the match. And part of the storyline we get is a eight-man tag team match between Dark State and the Hardy Boys and Team 3D.
not mad at that. My only concern, I don't think Devon can do that. I don't think Devon can do that. I don't. Devon's Devon's body is going to get. I don't think Devon's body is going to be able to handle this last match.
Yeah, I'm just finding out though. Who knows? But
No,
like,
no, I completely understand where you're coming from. That was just so like my as mind you, this just reminded me when they announced the match at Slammiversary, right? The Hardys win back their titles. Bubba Ray comes out and he says, "Team 3D versus the Hardys one last time." Everyone was like, "Where the fuck is Devon? Is he just finding out about this match too?"
Can you imagine? He's at home watching it because Bully Ray texted him, "Hey, you should watch TNA tonight. You should watch the TNA event tonight." And he didn't see that shit live. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Bro, what the fuck? Oh, brother, that match is like. I love everyone involved in this match, but that match is going to be hard to sit through and watch. I promise you.
Or we get Dog Slate and Aces and Eights. Who knows?
Oh,
Let me cook. No, like, honestly, like if you talk about like dream mat, if you all built, like if you're doing a fantasy booking, you
yeah,
do Moose versus Oba, you do Trick versus Mike, you
yeah.
do Joe versus someone on either side that he's on. You do. I think you have to do the Hardy Boys versus the NXT doesn't have a tag team, so Dog Slate.
I was
I
about to
guess
say,
Hank and Tank. I guess Hank and Tank. You need to get TNA somewhere.
I would put Dark State up against the Rascals.
You need a 4-man group. You know,
Um, the
what about
Rascals, no,
what
but
about
they've done 3-man weaves before, and Saquon just calls the shots.
yeah, but if you're gonna utilize like all the talent, what about what's his face?
Oh, they could do Order 4, Mustafa Ali and
I
History
mean,
Guy.
yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Um, I think you the Hardy Boys versus Hank and Tank. I think you see. I think we get Lord Vice as champ, but at that point, you see he'll go against. Is it still Act by Elegance as champ?
yeah. Lola Vice would go up against Ash by Elegance,
Oh,
and then
okay.
Mara Sade would have to go up against Lash. It's written right there.
Hmm. Yeah. And then you do Leon Slater versus Javon Evans for the X Division title.
And Masha Slamovich against
Jordan
JC.
Grace.
No, yes, that's even better.
Or you
Mm.
do JC Jade, and then you have Jordan Grace on to go back to TNA,
Mm.
and then you do TNA Jordan Grace versus
At
uh
Masha, yeah, could be
not
hard.
not Masha, but it have to be someone from TNA. So if you have Jordan Grace going back to the TNA Alliance, then
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah,
uh probably what's her face? I'm terrible. Blake Menard.
yeah, it'd be like
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Speaking of Blake Moreau, Def Rebel, they do a lot of trash theme songs.
Hmm.
They kind of cooked with hers.
They,
Uh, uh.
they get a feel. They get a feel.
They got a few. Um,
A broken clock is right twice a day, they said. So
oh God, bro, we've been going all out this episode. And speaking of all out, it is this Saturday. Let's get into Dynamite. And honestly, man, everything that you need to talk about in Dynamite, we're going to talk about with our all out predictions anyway so far because September to Dismember was 3 hours long, bro.
too
That
much.
it like I like it because AEW has an expansive roster, but yeah, man, just so long,
Way
so
too
long.
much.
They need to figure out the pacing of that show because I can handle the 3 hour Smackdowns, but they just needed to figure out the pacing on the AEW side. I can't even lie.
So much happened. Like, fell asleep to it. Not gonna lie. I couldn't watch it. I was tired.
Hey man, we getting old. It's alright. It happens.
Ugh.
Bro. So let's go through the card real quick and let's see what we got going on. Let's start with All Out versus FTR. I think no, not All Out versus FTR. Edge and Christian versus FTR. I think
Mm.
it's very easy, especially since in Toronto. It's very easy to see who's going on the other end of this.
I agree, but I don't think it's that easy. I think because I hold that they're going to make FTL like the next tag team champs.
Hmm.
So like to do that with Bandito and uh
Brody King.
Brody King as champs as faces, you give the heels even more chance to become even more heels by being the hometown heroes and the heroes in the town.
That's fair. That's fair. I think it's
But
just
I do,
fair.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I do think that Cope and Cage does do one.
Um, I think, yeah, I think Edge and Christian definitely win. Like, oh, Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. That is a match that I keep forgetting is on the bill. Because Eddie Kingston's been out for like 16 months.
What
But
he? What?
yeah, maybe it's because I
What?
don't. Maybe it's because I've said this on the podcast before. I don't watch Collision. The day I give my Saturday nights, I give a lot of my weeks to wrestling. The day I give
They
my Saturday nights to wrestling, I'm done.
they put that on the big pay-per-view? I'm so what?
Yeah,
I'm so lost. I mean, I'm happy he's back, but like I didn't realize that.
yeah, no, that's on the main card. I think Eddie Kingston definitely is going to be winning. It's going to be his return. Big Bill can take
Mm,
the loss.
yeah.
Um, for the Unified Championship match, Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita, and Mascara Dorado. I, I think Okada's going to retain.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, I don't see the new Unified Championship being a very pass around title, and this would only be Okada's like what second defense because his first was against Swerve at Forbidden Door, right?
Yep. It's kind of right.
Um, Tables and thumbtacks, no DQ. I want Mark to win. MJF's probably going to steal the win
Yeah.
because it seems like they're building MJF because he still has the gauntlet match in his pocket, right? I believe so.
I thought that Hangman Page had him tricked him into using it.
I thought so too, but then apparently Tony Khan said that he was still able to execute it. So that's kind of up in the air, but let me double check.
I'm so yeah, he's kind of confusing sometimes.
Yeah, let me double check. But either way, I see MJF taking the win because either way, it's very obvious that they're building him up for world title contention still.
Hmm. I mean, they need to. I mean, who else do you have besides the champ right now?
Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. The TBS Championship match, Riho versus Mercedes Moné. Want Riho to win.
Yeah.
I desperately want Riho to win.
Hmm. I think that would also make history, correct? If Rhea wins, she'd be the first one to hold both the world title and the TBS title.
Yep. I
Okay.
think I would like to see Riho win. Mercedes is probably gonna take the dub though.
Yeah, after she gets her trust belt.
Bro, I've been saying that I feel like a broken record saying this, man. I'm I really do feel like a broken record saying this. But dude, she's gotta drop the belts at some point. Like she's literally one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time, arguably my favorite, and arguably on the right day, I'll give you a case that she's the best.
Mhm.
But she's gotta drop these belts at some point, dog. If she's gonna dethrone Tony. However, speaking of Tony, we got Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander versus Thekla. The fact that we have to now start doing fatal four ways because of how they've built Tony's character in order to give her some sort of competition, and I still think that Tony is gonna win this one in a runaway.
I don't.
Who do you have?
I want. I think Chris Statlander.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a fan of Chris Statlander and all, but I also think like if you're gonna have Tony Storm lose the belt, I think the best way you do it is in a way that doesn't impact. A, he doesn't take the loss.
Mm. So she ends up pinning somebody else, and that because she doesn't have to be involved in the pin in order for her to lose the championship.
Yep.
Ah, I see what you're saying.
And if Chris Statlander wins the belt, she also makes she will make history as of course win both the world title and the US title.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
The Oracle might be cooking. The Oracle might be cooking.
I'm also just being greedy. I'm a Chris Statlander fan. I think she should have been champion a long time ago. But anyway, I think she has a shot.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think she take the loss.
No, I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think so either. I think regardless of how it happens, I don't see Tony Storm taking the pin either way.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Oh, the AEW World Tag Team Championship ladder match. This one I'm super hyped for. Brodito versus the Young Bucks versus Jet Speed versus Hechicero and Josh Alexander. I will call it right now. Josh Alexander is going to take the pin.
It's a ladder match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. Like you said earlier, long day. Long
Mm-hmm.
fucking day. But um yeah. I they've been, I'm sorry, Brodito has too much momentum to cut this out from under them. They're retaining.
And didn't they just get the belts too? Like
Yeah, they got it
last.
at Forbidden Door. They got it last pay-per-view.
Yeah, so like, they're not losing it this fast.
Oh, we talked about AEW World Championship match.
Hangman.
Hangman. I
It's
like
not losing the belt.
Kyle easy, but Hangman
Mm-hmm.
is definitely retaining. And I think that I don't want to see Kyle turn babyface, but I feel like the Don Callis family is going to somehow intervene, and that will cause for him to get his championship stripped, and that's going to start the babyface turn because it's going to end up being very similar to when Kenny left the Don Callis family. It's going to end up being Kyle against the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Kenny, I also believe that Kenny Omega is going to return during this match because you got to have all your Canadians, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are my predictions. On the pre-show card, I'm very happy that we're not getting the Ops versus the Death Riders again because that would have been redundant as all get out. But we're getting
Mm-hmm.
Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs versus the Workhorsemen. It's very easily staying with the Ops.
It's only a 2v2 match.
Yeah, yeah, but I think with what I mean by that is that they've built up these characters so well. I don't see them taking a loss to. I don't see them
Yeah.
taking a loss to anyone soon unless it's in like full like trios contention. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Daniel Garcia versus Shibata. I say Garcia with the momentum
Mm-hmm.
that he's getting right now. It's still
Mm-hmm.
fuck Daniel Garcia after what happened last week.
Yeah.
But I see Garcia. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of Garcia, we didn't even talk about this. The coffin match. John Moxley, Darby Allin.
Oh yeah. I need Darby Allin to win because they've been doing my boy Doherty lately. And if I swear to God, if I see John Moxley win one more fucking time in 2025, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I
Okay.
I think Darby has to win. Like,
He has to win. If not, he has no momentum to do anything else.
yeah. Like there's no the way okay, now that I've become like a little bit more embroiled in AEW, the thing I've noticed with Tony Khan's booking is that like he has these prime players that he obviously wants to
Mm-hmm.
build up, but then he'll do it in a way where he forgets that there are other people on the board that are in
Mm-hmm.
that scene,
Mm-hmm.
and so he just completely starts cutting from under them. It's very similar to actually what H does, I think, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because Darby could very well be the next world champion. However, by having Darby take all these losses and getting essentially bitched, we're losing momentum. And also, I think because of the Darby Bryan Danielson segment, Darby's gonna win.
Yeah.
But no, going back to the pre-show. Harley Cameron, Mina Shirakawa, Queen Amanada, and Willow Nightingale against Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. I think
Random fucking match, but like
very, very random.
I guess you go with the faces in this and Will Nightingale and whole team going to win. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no way to predict this one.
yeah, that's kind of where my head is at too. I like fuck it. I'm giving it to Willow, Queen, Mina, and Harley. Unless I think Harley would be the one to screw up and take the pin if it ends up going to Megan and the Triangle of Darkness or whatever they're calling themselves. I feel like at this point, and this is probably a big reason why I don't watch Collision. Collision is essentially a setup show for these pre-show matches
Mm-hmm.
that really don't have that much build. But that's just
Yeah.
me. Also, the fact that Collision was a show purely built for Punk, and Punk isn't even there anymore, also kind of
So fun.
does that and tells me why I don't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Sears, is there anything you want to say to the people before we get on up out of here?
Nah. Be safe. Have a good rest of the weekend.
Come
Watch
on, man.
WrestlePalooza and all in.
All out.
Sure, all out. They need to pick one. Yeah.
It's a lot of names, man. It's a lot of names.
Too many alls.
Too many alls.
I don't know if it's better or worse than WrestlePalooza, but like I guess. Let's hope for Cena to injure he who shall not be named. Let's hope that John Moxley loses.
Oh God.
Comes
Oh
back.
God. Oh God. See, Sears preaching right now.
Let's see what else we hoping for. Let's hope that AJ wins. They don't deal with Jordy. He better get the pen, but I digress. And yeah.
I'm manifesting that man who's in all that paperwork takes a loss. I'm manifesting that he gets off of my fucking TV screen forever. I'm manifesting a Brodito win. I'm manifesting Jet Speed not taking the fucking pin. I'm manifesting.
Again, it's a lot match. They're not going to take a pen.
Again, it's been a long fucking day. I'm manifesting that Jet Speed doesn't get fucking pummeled.
They're going to get pummeled. It's not a lot of match. Those are high files. They're going to get pummeled.
Oh, I meant not Jet Speed. Sorry, I completely fucked up. I meant to say I'm manifesting that Stephanie Vaquer doesn't take a pin.
Oh. Yeah, no, let's hope not. We need to watch out.
Yeah, I'm manifesting Stephanie Vaquer as our new Women's World Heavyweight Champion. For
Booker T's sake, we need our champion.
Say that one more time.
For Booker T's sake, we need our world champ.
On God, man. Oh shit. That reminds me, we completely sped through this. The NXT women's main event, really, really good. The Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, Double Devil's Kiss, super dope. All this tells me the Lola Vice pop out. It's looking more and more like Lola Vice is going to be our new NXT champion.
Yes.
Vice City! Yeah, we completely forgot to talk about that. So thank you for reminding me. But yeah, man, let's just have a good wrestling weekend. It's your boy, the EST of the DMV, the rated S superstar, the Potter of all worlds, the Cameroonian Nightmare, the Bajan Bulldozer, the Chocolate City Saint. Man, it's Stef, and I'm let's get on up out of here, dog. We done yap these people's head off. Please give us a follow, like, comment, subscribe, follow the page at Top Rope Boys Pod on everything. TOPROPEBOYZPOD. Deuces.
Uses, guys.